We are going to talk about operations with functions as well as composition of two functions. For all functions f and g, we can perform the following operations. Addition. So f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. Then we can also subtract. So f of f minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. Then we can also do multiplication. Multiply. So f dot g of x is equal to f of x dot g of x. Then we can also divide. So f over g of x is equal to f of x divided by g of x. So let's take an example and see. So we have this function here. So with the first part, we are going to find the sum of f and g. So f plus g will give us f plus g will be equal to f of x plus g of x. So that will give us, we have 2x squared plus x plus 1. We add it to x squared plus 2x plus 3. So x squared plus 2x squared will be 3x squared. Then x plus 2x will be 3x. Then 1 plus 3 will be plus 4. So that is what we get for the addition. Then subtraction, the b part, f minus g will be equal to 2x squared plus x plus 1 minus x squared plus 2x plus 3. So this will give us 2x squared minus x squared. Then we have plus x here minus 2x. Then we have plus 1 here minus 3. So this will give us x squared minus x minus 2. F of x this time is equal to 2x plus 2, and g of x is x squared minus 1. We have to find f dot g. So f times g. So this is what we are going to get. When you multiply this function, this is what you are going to get. We have a part f times g of x will be equal to f of x times g of x. So it's a dot, please. And this will give us 2x plus 2 into brackets x squared minus 1. So get distributive property will give us 2x times x squared minus 1 and plus 2 to bracket x squared minus 1. So this and this will give us 2x exponent 3 minus 2x. Then we have plus 2x squared minus 2. So this will simplify to 2x cubed plus 2x squared minus 2x. Then this will give us minus 2. So that is the multiplication for you. We are done. Then let's look at the division. F over G. So this is the B part of the question. It is the same as F of X over G of X. So this will give us F of X is 2x plus 2 over x squared minus 1. So we can factor to get 2 into bracket x plus 1 over x plus 1 into x minus 1 using difference of two squares. So this will give us 2, this will cancel this, 2 over x minus 1, where x is not equal to 1. Now let's talk about composition of functions. When you apply a function rule on the result of another function rule, then we say that you compose the function. So let's say we have a machine here, and the machine has an input called x. Then the machine gives an output called g of x. So this machine is g. Now this output becomes an input for another machine, which is like this, and this machine is called f. So this is an input for the machine f, and this machine will produce f of g of x. So that is what we call the composition of function. So now this has become the output of f. Now let's take an example and see how it works. We have f being such that x maps onto 3x plus 1, and g is such that x maps onto x minus 3. Find f circle g. So f circle g, the a part, f circle g is equal to f of g of x. So this will be equal to f of x minus 3, because g of x is x minus 3. And we know that f is given by 3x plus 1. So this will be equal to 3 into bracket x minus 3, then plus 1. So when you expand this, you get 3x minus 9, then plus 1. So that will result to 3x minus 8. Now let's come to the b part. We have g circle f. G circle f will be equal to g of f of x. So f of x will become an input for g of x. So this is given by g of 3x minus 1, and That will give us, so it's plus 1, 3x plus 1, and that will give us, so we have the function rule for g to be x minus 3. So this, the whole thing has become x. The whole thing has become x. So wherever you see x, you put 3x plus 1. So I'll put 3x plus 1 here. 3x plus 1. Then I'll bring this sign minus, then I'll bring this 3. So this will be equal to 3x minus 2. Then we have f circle f. F circle f. So this will be equal to f being the input for f of x. And this will be equal to f of 3x plus 1. 3x plus 1. And that will give us, so wherever I see x, I'll put 3x plus 1. So I'll write a 3. Then wherever I see x, I'll put 3x plus 1. Then I'll come to this, which is plus 1. So this will give us 9x plus 3, then plus 1. It should be equal to 9x plus 4. Then let's look at the g circle f will be g circle f of 2. So since we found g circle f already, we just plug in that value, or we can better still work it out. So that will give us g of f of 2. So that will be equal to g of 3 into bracket 2 plus 1. So that will give us g of 5. Now g of 5, okay, it's not 5, 3, 2 is 6 plus 1, so g of 7. So wherever I see x in g, I'll put 7. So I'll get 7 minus 3, and that will give me 4. Now let's look at g inverse of f. So g inverse, so it lets y equal g of x. So we are going to get y is equal to x minus 3. So interchange x and y, you get x to be equal to y minus 3. Make y the subject to get y is equal to x plus 3. So it means g inverse of x is equal to x plus 3. Now the next thing we are coming to do is g inverse of f. G inverse of f. So g inverse circle f will be equal to g inverse of f of x. So that will give me, so g inverse of f of x will give me, that will give me g inverse of 3x plus 1. So whenever I see x here, I'll put 3x plus 1. That will give me 3x plus 1 plus 3. So that will give me 3x plus 4. So you can now try this question and check the solution in the video with the title Solution to Trial Questions.